Alright, today I'm doing something unusual. I'm heading over to Cannon Falls. I guess they're tearing apart the dam over there and rebuilding it, putting new generators, that kind of thing in. So I thought I'd take the drone over there and do a flyover and maybe every once in a while just go over there and check progress. So that's one thing on the list. The other one is the golf course over there. I have a reciprocal for that golf course, so I'm thinking, well, I should check that out too and see when I can get on. And then the third thing is I've got this Relive app. I want to kind of give that a little test run, so I'll incorporate that in this video. So we'll get you updated as I move along here. Perfect riding day. It's got to be 70 some degrees, 79. Very little wind, sunny, wonderful. Couldn't be better. Alright, I'm just in Cannon Falls right now, approaching the dam site, and it is a dam site. Just look at it. I see a crane, not the feathered kind, but the mechanical kind. I'll be able to get real close to this thing. The public access is just to the right of the dam, so it will be handy dandy. This little gravel road in front of me here, that leads down to the construction area. I'm sure they don't want me there. Pretty nice drive over here. Pretty uneventful, but again, beautiful weather. So this will be nice. It's public access. I can take off right off the boat landing here and cruise around the dam and see what's happening. I see a lot of orange things there. Yeah, I'm not too sure what they got going. Looks like they're inspecting boats for weeds and that kind of thing. So we'll let them do that part, and I'm going to pause my little app here. So we got done with the little flyover at the dam. Had a heck of a time. My password evidently expired, and I had to reset it in the app, and that took major league password guessing before I finally figured it out. So I'm just kind of going through town here, kind of a little bit of a back way through here. There's a company over here. In fact, you can see it through the woods here. You can see the silos. It used to be Minnesota Malting. They made malt for beer. And when I had my construction company, we did all the woodwork on that building. There you can see it. That's actually the factory, I guess, part of it. We did the office part of it. And I'll drive by it. The company is no longer in business, I guess. There was a falling out between the brothers that owned it, and a bunch of hokey stuff went on, and one thing led to another, and next thing you know, they were out of business. All right, here we go. So, after they went out of business, it became the law enforcement center, and that's it straight up ahead there. There is exactly 96,000 lineal feet of redwood siding on that building. I just happen to know that because we worked on that portion. We did all the framing and anything connected to wood. Now these corners used to have a cantilever on them, and it looks like they enclosed that probably to get more space in the building. Yeah, these points would just kind of stick out and hang out in midair. So it's changed a bit. In fact, I don't even think that's the original siding. I think it's probably, that almost looks like vinyl. Steel. It's got steel siding. I used to get up on top of that building there and take pictures as they went. Yeah, they completely redid the building. Well, I suppose, you know, I think the law enforcement center took it over probably 25 years ago. So I guess, you know, everything seems to need replacing after about 20 years. So that's my claim to fame. That was the biggest project I ever worked on as a contractor. We did some work for the DNR. And we did, you know, housing and that kind of thing. And my partner at the time was a mason, so I taught him carpentry and he taught me masonry. So it worked out pretty good. He was really good mason. So that worked out real good for us, and we started out in housing and kind of branched into the commercial stuff. That was a long time ago. So Cannon Falls here is kind of on the route that I take when I go fly fishing. As you get east of here, the scenery becomes more and more scenic, more interesting, hillier, that kind of thing. Oh, we're coming up on the Stanton Airport. Just a little airport here, kind of in the middle of between Kenyon, Northfield, and Cannon Falls. They do parachute jumps here, a lot of gliders. These there's some special little buildings here and fiberglass little things they stick the gliders in. But they have air shows out here and stuff. It's a pretty interesting little spot. Yeah, those are the glider things there. busy place at times. So I'm just coming into Northfield right now, and Northfield is a college town. We got St. Olaf and gosh, what's the other one? They got 2 colleges here. I'll think of it. This is Carleton College on this side. I could tell that because it says it on the bleachers. So this is on the east side of Northfield. They got a running track, football field, the whole shebang. Oh, and this is another building that I worked on coming up here. I forgot about this one. In fact, I'm going to make a little slight detour because you can't really see the building from here. So this brick building here on the right is the Northfield Library, and we did all the woodwork and all the concrete. We didn't do the brickwork, but we did the concrete and the woodwork on that, and they have changed it a little bit since we worked on it. This part here is the original part of the library on this side, and we added on the new side. That was quite a project. We subbed that with M.A. Mortensen out of Minneapolis. So kind of a neat town. So if you ever had Multi-Meal for breakfast, this is their claim to fame. Straight up ahead is the Multi-Meal factory, and I believe it's owned by Post right now. You know, these companies always change names. This is the Cannon River, and you can see Multi-Meal straight up ahead there. I guess it was a good place to work. I guess they treated their workers really well. When it was Multi-Meal, I don't know what it's like now. You know, things change as companies are acquired. The Post Consumer Brands, they bought it. It's been a couple of years. Well, we're coming into Vasily, which is Czech for happy. So this is where I grew up. At the time, the population was about 150. It's probably about 300 now. There used to be a school here next to the church, and they tore that down about 4 years ago. I can tell you right now, I was not disappointed. I have not good memories of the school. Right here is my grandmother ran this. It was a Vesely store. There used to be a Shell gas pump out front. I'll take a picture here. And another one here with my Relive app here. Yeah, so I got to do a drone video of them knocking the school down. It was a 4-room schoolhouse, 2 classes per room. I think there were like 12 or 15 of us in a class. It wasn't all bad, but, you know, it was run by nuns, and I think Vesely was the last stop. If you didn't make it as a nun in Vesely, I don't know what they did to you. They excommunicated you or something. And we had, I think they were Franciscan or San Franciscan or Holstein, I don't know. As I say, I was not real thrilled at grade school here. I imagine many small towns are that way. But I knew pretty much everybody who lived here. This used to be a gravel street. I had my first motorcycle crash right there. Went around that corner a little too quick and dumped the old moped. This town is exactly 1 block square. A buddy of mine lived in this house on the left here. His dad was a Volkswagen mechanic. All he worked on was Volkswagen. There used to be a dance hall here. My grandmother's house is this one right here. And my uncle lived here in this white house. And it's a Catholic church. This is the Most Holy Trinity, not just Holy Trinity. This is Most Holy. So get that straight. I think my grandfather worked on the brick on that building. He was a very good mason. Well, made it full circle. Back in New Prague. The house my uncle built. He always built the same exact house. Same brick, same everything. I think he built 3 or 4 of them in town here. I guess once you do one, the rest of them are a slam dunk Bruno. Something's going on here. Must be a garage. Sure enough, garage sale. I'll have to admit I live on probably one of the nicest streets in town here. You wouldn't believe it, but exactly 2 years ago to today, our house burnt to the ground. It looks much better now.